What up, YouTube? Here's an update for today. Here's what I did. Here's what I got. I connected all the intake shit, just kind of haphazardly threw it in there. I'm going to make my own, but I wanted to get those sensors plugged in and try to get everything smoothed out, the running wise. I got the exhaust connected in the back to the MagnaFlows. I got MagnaFlow mufflers, if you watch back through my previous videos, hooked up back there, and they come through a header panel in the back, which is basically the bumper. And I made some tips, and I'll show you guys. So I cut the holes out for those to weld those in there, and man, it sounds good as fuck, and it runs great now that I got the back pressure and I've got the intake in there. And I stripped the wiring harness, so that's what I've been doing, stripping it, and making sure it runs every time. And I stripped it down, man. You wouldn't believe like all you need. You just need this little section. You don't need all this shit, and I'll show you guys what I cut out of there. But I have another question for you guys to help me out with, if you can. I'm debating still using the stock dash. I don't need it anymore, but it's digital, it's cool, and it fits right up under the dash in here. So my question is to you guys, if anybody knows that fucks with these 4.6s, this is a 99 Lincoln Town Car. Does the gauge for the speedometer read through the ABS system, through the ABS box, or does it read through the transmission? Because I read a couple places, and I've seen a couple forums, some of them say it runs through the ABS and it reads the miles per hour through the ABS system, which I'm not using, and some say through the transmission. So it would be cool to have it in there to use it for the miles per hour, and you know, to read the heat in the motor and all that shit without having to run extra gauges, since I've already got it. And it's cool to have digital, but if it's not going to do the miles per hour, I'm not going to fucking use it. So if anybody knows, help me out with that. And there's the ABS module that's taken out, so I don't know if that reads the miles per hour. Somebody said it did or not, I don't know. So here's the intake and all this shit just kind of crammed in there. Like I said, I'm gonna make my own, because my hood comes up in here and comes down in here, so I'm gonna make my own tube that kind of comes down and maybe dumps down in there or something like that. So here's all the wires that I tore out, man. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? All that shit I didn't need. So for future reference, this is a 4.6 liter motor, like they have them in Mustangs, they have them in Lincolns, Crown Vics, like that, stuff like that. So if anybody wants to do it, and if I do it in the future, which I probably will, because it was a super easy fucking swap, just chop that front end off. You got all the modern suspension, I got airbags in it, you got the motor trans, everything right there ready to rock. For future reference, take the car down before you strip it and have them read that computer, and have them flash it. It's 250 bucks. They flash it ahead of time. Your computer doesn't need to read shit to run. You don't have to read the dash, the steering column, the fucking nothing, man. You don't need any of that wiring. So then you take the car home, strip it, which is what I should have did. Then all you need is the harness that's on the engine. There's another harness that plugs into that plugs into here, and then with the fuse box and all that, this little harness right here. And that's all you fucking need, man. I mean, I used the steering column, so I got all that stuff still in there, and that's all you need. I cut all the rest of that shit out of there, man. And there's the dash cluster. So if anybody knows about that dash cluster, let me know, man, if that reads off the ABS or if it reads off the trans. I might just keep it out like that for now, and then when I get it driving, just plug it in and see. But if anybody knows ahead of time, let me know. And then I connected my exhaust back there. Don't look at my shitty ass welds, dude. It's fucking late and I'm just fucking around. One of these, I had to use one of those flex hoses because it bends around the air ride there. So I kind of used a flex hose and I clamped it. And then it goes into MagnaFlows. And then I welded, see the frame comes back there. I welded it into that header was my plan. And that header's like under the makeshift tailgate. And I just kind of, you know, got the torch out and cut these holes. So I got 4 muffler holes here. And here's my tips that I made. So there's going to be 4 of those tips like that sticking out. Oh, actually like this. There's going to be 4 of those tips sticking out like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, but I did that, cut those so that I could start it. So I'll start it up for you guys. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it very well in the videos, but it sounds fucking dope. And this is, I just got my fuel pump just hooked up like this for now, just 12 volts. And it's, you know, it's fuel injected, so you don't have to pump shit. You just turn it, and it'll start, man. Runs fucking nice, man. Kind of hear it back there. I really like those Magnum flows. Really nice sound. And then, I've actually got the foot pedal you can push in there. Hit the side button on the camera, fucking turned off. But yeah, that's it. So you guys heard it. Sounds good, man. Here I am in the build towards getting towards the end there. Here, you guys can check it out. My garage is a fucking mess. There it is, man. Got it in there. Fuel injected 4.6 liter motor. You know, the stock trans. Got it programmed and tuned. This weekend I'm gonna run the brake lines, which shouldn't be too bad, knock on wood. And then I'm gonna drive it. I'm actually gonna drive it to my tattoo shop, park it in there, and then I'm gonna wire up all the tail lights and shit in there during the day when I'm down there working. And I gotta put the 10-inch subwoofers in there, radio in there, blah blah blah, all that shit. That's it, man. Let's see. That's where I am in the build. It's come a long way, man. Got my seats down here, just chilling, ready to go in. I'm gonna take out. I gotta take out all the air ride stuff real quick and just re-weld all the mounts, make sure it's all secure. I got pretty much bolts. I welded bolts sticking out, so I can just put it on there, screw them on, screw the nuts on, boom, they're on there, and get all that hooked up. Got to run the wiring for that, which ain't no big deal. Got to make a battery box, which is super simple, super easy. It's just gonna go in here and run all my wiring and weld my exhaust tips on. That's it, man. I can lay it back on the ground and air it up and hopefully roll it out. That's it. Thanks for watching.